Day 29. Welcome back to the returning viewers and a warm welcome to any new viewers and subscribers since yesterday's post. My name is Tanya, I'm 52 years old and I live on the east coast of Scotland, and I am 2 days away, including today, from completing my 30-day challenge. Now, this 30-day challenge was about me getting in front of the camera, getting comfortable relaying my life story, which is a subject I know probably better than anyone else, and getting my message across and starting to refine and learning fast as to what's working, what can be improved, in order for me to start in 2 days' time doing the kind of posts that I want to be posting on this channel going forward. So this is my Learn Fast 30-day journey. So in yesterday's in yesterday's video, day 28, I mentioned how I did my rapid transformational therapy and coaching training as part of Marissa Peer's RTT training school. And when I came back from the live event that I took part in Rushden in September 2023, I got inspired. What would I want my kind of branding, my message to actually be for a business if I chose to go down that route? Because until I completed the actual course in November for the hypnotherapy and the rapid transformational therapy, I wasn't 100% sure if this was just a pipe dream or if this was something that I genuinely wanted to pursue. And in all fairness, it was probably in early January, February, where I started to solidify in more concrete terms what would be entailed in actually launching a business and whether I wanted to commit to doing that. Because for me, it was about burning bridges at that point, because I could have still retained my ability to go into consulting or contract work within the financial services, or I wanted to actually make the pivot and sort of like say, no, this is it. Tanya is no longer going to be doing the accountancy and the project work that she's done previously. She's going to focus on the coaching and therapy business going forward. So that was a decision that I made concretely in February this year. But when I sort of left Rushden in September 23, I started sort of like asking the question and letting the creative side of me to sort of surface as to what I wanted, what I would want my mission to actually be. If I was being presented by a coach or a therapist, what would resonate for me? Because it's all important about us finding the right teachers at the right time. And for me, it was very much to be heard, and the be heard and the be seen go together, but the be heard is probably more important. And then having the right tools, techniques and support to be able to become brave in order to make the changes necessary in my life, in order for me to find that inner freedom, in order for me to thrive. So that was the kind of 3 stages. And what I then did was, because as creative as my brain can be in coming up with these ideas, I don't have the innate design capabilities to be able to design a logo and design a kind of branding kind of colour and theme. I knew I wanted purple because purple is one of my favourite colours, and then green is another favourite colour. And there will be instances where I may not do these videos in my kind of living room, so you might not get this backdrop, in which case I might do it in my my office, which has got a purple two-tone background in there. I certainly won't be doing it in my bedroom, but that has got a green kind of colour scheme, which is reflective of what my kind of branding colours have been. So if any of you have gone on to my website or you're looking at the YouTube channel the banner, you will see the versions of green and lime green and also the purple. So those are the kind of colours that resonated. And I sort of put the call to action in my local area. There was a Facebook group and I asked if there was any logo designers that could actually help me on that journey. And I got a few people sort of reaching out, and they gave me quotes, and I got to see some of their work. And there was one particular designer that had just resonated straight away. The kind of quality of the work that she had produced just aligned with what I was sort of looking for. But in addition, being an accountant and having my kind of sort of training the way that I have had, and I don't know if it's because I'm an accountant, but I'm gonna repeat that story. It's because I was an accountant. And basically, my kind of email instruction was, I want a quote and I want to know about the time scales it would take for the kind of logo design to be delivered. And I gave them a high level kind of idea of what I wanted. I wanted the be heard to be something with an ear, the be brave to be a lion, because we tend to associate courage and bravery with the kind of fierceness of a lion. But then I wanted the freedom to be the butterfly. Now, a lot of people that are doing logos in the transformation area have a lot of stuff with the butterflies, because that sort of is something that we all resonate, and we believe the butterfly shows that kind of transformation from the chrysalis cocoon into the transformation into the kind of beautiful butterfly that we become once we've completed that transformation journey. So for me, that's the kind of three things that I wanted. Now, for all the people that I sent out my instructions, when they came back with the quotes, there were certain elements that they didn't answer, all the kind of questions that I was sort of asking them to provide information on. But this one designer hit all the marks. She actually read the actual instructions that I provided, and she answered every single point that I was actually asking for insight and information. So for me, attention to detail is very important. If I'm willing to pay for someone to do work for me, I expect them to actually listen and read my instructions. And from that perspective, I just thought, yeah, she's the right one, even though price point wise, she was probably a wee bit more expensive than some of the other quotes that I received. But I truly believe when you resonate with someone and where you feel that your values of integrity, attention to detail are being met, then paying a premium for that service is definitely worth it. So we ended up coming up with a design for the logo, which is on my website, and as I've said, on the branding for the actual banner on the YouTube channel. But also what I wanted was to create a journal, because when I've got paying clients, I want to be able to give them a journal for them to document their transformation journey. Now, the majority of the clients that I'm working with is on a kind of 3-month period, simply because in order for you to see the transformation taking place, you need time to elapse, and you need time to reflect and do the kind of motivational task and work that you need to do in order to see the transformation taking effect. There's no point in you sort of, as I've mentioned before, going to the gym once, doing a couple of press-ups and then expecting to get a six-pack. You need to do consistent daily practice in order to sort of see that 2mm movement give you the compound effects of the transformation that you're actually seeking for. So I asked the designer, after she had done the logo and she did a few kind of infographics that are appearing on the website, to also design a journal. And this is the journal that she actually designed, which I just think is absolutely beautiful. I'm very biased because it's got my logo on it, and then it was the kind of 91 day day, which is the 3-month kind of period transformation journey. And we sort of created within the journal to have the actual branding appearing up at the top in different sections within the book, and then some kind of quotes at the back as well. So every paying client that I'm working with, they get the journal that I'll send it out to them so they can actually document their transformation journey. In due course, as part of this YouTube channel, I may decide, I love the kind of merch that I'm using from Max and Oki, the kind of be kind always message. So at some point I'm probably going to create some kind of t-shirts and hoodies that are going to have my branding, because I genuinely believe in the message, and the more people that get visibility for it, they'll get exposure to my website and to this YouTube channel, and the more people that then I can actually impact. So that is further down the line. At the moment I'm not there yet, but that's the kind of direction that I'm sort of traveling to. So as part of creating a logo, designing a journal, then I needed the website. And this is where I know that I could have done a lot of YouTube tutorials on how to create a website. And I've seen a lot of other therapists going down that route, because if you're not wanting to spend money in that process or reduce your outgoings until you've actually got some paying clients, I totally understand why people go down that route. Now, luckily for me, because of the kind of financial decisions and choices that I made several years ago, I was able to actually invest some money, and I had a bit of a nest egg. And then the decision was, am I going to spend 3-4 months immersing myself on how to set up a website, or am I going to pay for an expert in that area to actually produce the website for me? Now, in hindsight, considering the amount of input I needed to put into the website, I am even more relieved I went down that route, because if I was to have spent several months learning how to create a website and then having to create the content for the website, it would have taken me, I honestly would say, between 6 to 9 months to be able to create something that would not have been of the quality and standard of the website that I've got created. So big shout out to Internet Creations, who created my website. And I think they've created the kind of cohesive continuity between my kind of logo colorings and brandings. I also got professional photographs taken. I initially got some tail end of 2023. Simply because I wanted to have some information if the kind of website was going to be set up in early 2024. Now, because my training in the coaching side took a wee bit longer, because I wanted to really understand and work through the material for myself, so I could get the benefit of it, so I could start self-coaching myself. So I didn't complete my coaching studies until March 2024. So I wasn't going to be launching anything until after that. But I also wanted to make sure that I had the right terms and conditions and the right agreement set up on the website. So I sought to get legal advice, because the training school, their documentation are based on English law, and up in Scotland we've got slightly some nuances. We've got the Scottish court system, and as a result I wanted to make sure that I was actually covered from a legal perspective operating my business via Scotland. And because my kind of client base can be international, I wanted to make sure that I was absolutely covered, and that we had the right safeguards for the kind of clients as well, that there is the right kind of cooling off period, that because the investment that they're actually making, and the kind of way that we transact the payments. So I've got a number of card payment, and also in the UK if you wanted a direct debit. So we've got that kind of sort of continuity well, not continuity, the options, the different payment options. And also I needed the right insurance, and I got the insurance as soon as I qualified in November from the therapy side, so I could actually start working with testimonial clients. So originally started doing just the hypnotherapy and the rapid transformational therapy, and then eventually I started doing the holistic package that I'm looking to offer clients. But what my fundamental principle of the online business is that we're all unique. We've all got individual needs and requirements. We've got bespoke life circumstances. Some people got a very kind of demanding workload or a lot of family commitments. Their availability might not be what is available to everyone else. So it's about finding the kind of patterns and the kind of speed at which individuals want to work through. Some people have done extensive self-reflection, transformation journey that they've sort of embarked on, and they've taken on certain tools and techniques that work for them. And it was about how do we transition that into something that we're not sort of like covering off same material that they may have already covered previously, but we find things that are genuinely going to work from them, for them. So as a result, it's about working at the pace that the client needs to go. And in some instances, it's incorporating both the hypnotherapy and the coaching. But in some instances, there might need to be a bit more kind of coaching up front and then doing the hypnotherapy. In other instances, we know that there is severe pain point and we want to go into the hypnotherapy as soon as, and then sort of do the coaching afterwards to sort of like reflect and sort of come up with kind of coping strategies for them to be able to become self-sufficient after the either 3-month period that we're working together. And in some instances, it might sort of extend further out. So there's different kind of options, but I make it truly bespoke to the individual, and all that information is captured on the website. So if you want to have a look at that, the link will be below, and you can actually see about the kind of different benefits of the hypnotherapy versus the coaching, and how the kind of two together sort of create a holistic deliverable. So during 2024, the website was getting created. I had the logos, I had the professional photographs, and then I was working with testimonial clients as well, and getting the legal documentation, and then obtaining the testimonial evidence from the testimonial clients that I had worked with. So I've got that in the testimonial page, and at the moment we've got 6. I'm waiting on a 7th one to be provided in the next couple of weeks, and starting to work with paid clients now. Now, for each client, there will be a different kind of framework. So for some, it's we're doing the transformation package, which is both the hypnotherapy and the coaching. And for certain clients, it's purely just the coaching. It's about keeping the momentum and the motivation going to make sure that they're achieving all the goals that they want to achieve. So very flexible on what the kind of package that I can provide for you. So if anyone is interested and you want to find a bit more, I do a 20-minute exploration call to see if we can work together, what exactly you're looking for, and then sort of like discuss the different kind of packages that are on offer and available to you and the kind of price points within that. And in terms of the actual formal launch of the business, it actually happened in June. I mentioned a few vlogs previously that as a result of me moving from permanent employment into contracting and consultancy, I had created a limited company. So it's not, Tanya is a director of the actual company that I've got set up, and the branding is the Be Heard, Be Brave, Be Free, but there is a different limited company within that supports all of that. So that's the reason why the legal documentation needed to be set up in a way that sort of like covered everything from the Scottish courts perspective, and it had the correct legal references for and the definitions within that. So in June, launched the business, posted on LinkedIn to make my network fully aware and sort of explaining the kind of transformation journey that I undertook since September, and making the decision that no, I'm not going to be doing work concurrently between the financial services, doing consulting and contracting. I'm going all in and I'm doing the coaching and therapy side of things. Now, by doing this channel, I'm trying to reach a wider audience because I appreciate that LinkedIn has got an algorithm, just like Facebook's got an algorithm, and they sort of promote information, and they're looking for paid ads to be able to promote the content more widely. And some of the LinkedIn kind of stats that I'm sort of receiving is an evident it's backing up what I thought was happening in terms of your posts sort of like it goes out not to your entire network at the same time. There's people that are not seeing my post from June until August and they're actually commenting now, where there's others that they got visibility of it when it was actually sent, when it was issued out in June. So it can take several months for your content to become visible to your network. As a result, and I knew that it was going to take some time for the business to really take off. As I've mentioned, I've got some paying clients, but I know that I've got the capacity to take on some more clients. But at the same time, because I'm doing this YouTube channel, it's given me that opportunity to do this because I've had that time freedom to do it. And going forward, the format of this channel is going to change and we're going to do the 3 posts per week. So it's going to give me more capacity to be able to do more of the kind of reading and self-development that I want to undertake, and make sure that my training is really up to date and I'm able to offer the best value for my clients. And what I want is, if there is aspects that, if you've set up a business and there's things that you've learned, feel free to put information down in the comments below. If there's challenges that you're currently experiencing and you want to share, or if there's anything that I could potentially help from my experience of having set up a limited company and setting up a website and getting the legal instructions in place, happy to sort of share part of that journey if I can. So let me know in the comments below. So this is where the business has been officially launched. This YouTube channel is hopefully going to be able to promote that business because of the value that I'm actually adding through the Wednesday hints and tips, tools and techniques, and because you're actually seeing me in real time or as real time as you can, but you're seeing the way that I communicate, and if that resonates with you and you feel that you would want to work with me, then please reach out. So I've got emails and information down in the description below. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching this video and listening to me rambling on about my business, my big kind of sort of like plans for going forward, and go out and seize the day. Have the most amazing day, and remember, there's always choices in life, so choose wisely. Until tomorrow, bye.